Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, I am explaining the concept of user-defined function and the explanation of the syntax of user-defined function of Python programming language. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video link with your friends and family members. Share the video link in various social networks which you are going to use. Gain the knowledge and grow the world. Happy learning. As I told in the previous video, by using a function, we achieve modularity. Another one is reusability. And along with that one, code reduction and faster in execution because the codes can be implemented parallelly by the team members. So taking advantage of reusability feature of a function, there is a large number of functions which have been already defined in Python under standard library. We can directly call these functions in our program without defining them, which are already defined, and those are available in standard library, and those we can use in our program without defining them. However, in addition to these standard library functions, we can define our own function while writing the program, and those types of functions are called as an user-defined function. Then, what an user function mean? So, thus a user function defined is to achieve some task as per the requirement of the user and is called as an user-defined function. A function defined to achieve some task as per the requirement of an user is called as an user-defined function. For example, to find sum of five numbers, we define a function called sum, and that is called as a user-defined function. So user-defined function is defined to achieve some task as per the requirement of the programmer, that is an user. The function definition begins with def. In short, define. The syntax for creating a user-defined function in Python programming language is as follows. First, you are going to write the keyword def, def, and it should be written in lowercase. Then afterwards, one single space. Then the function name. Here I have written in angle brackets. Angle brackets are not written. Just you are going to write the function name. Then after that, within the parenthesis, you are going to write an parameter list. Here I have written the parameter list in square bracket. That means it is optional. Optional in the sense what? If the function is needed with parameters, then you need to write the parameters. If a function does not accept any parameter, then it will be not having any parameter name. For that purpose, it has been written in the square bracket. So within a square bracket that has been written here in a red color, and the parameter as parameter 1, parameter 2, etc. So if there is more than one parameter, those has to be separated with comma. If there is no any parameter, then it should be an empty space. That means what? Just a single white space. That means just you need to write the opening small bracket and the closing small bracket, which I have written in blue color. Then after this, you need to write and that is after the parenthesis where we will be writing a parameter if it is needed. It depends upon the function definition which you are going to write. For that purpose, it is optional. After this, closing of the parenthesis, you are going to write an colon. This indicates that the function definition starts from this point. Okay. Then afterwards in the next line, you need to write one indentation space. That means one tab space. After that, you need to write the set of instructions to be executed. That is nothing but the body of the function. And each of the instruction, whatever you are going to write here, should have the same indentation space. It means if you are going to write more than one line, all those lines should have the same indentation space. That means that belongs to the function. If you write outside the indentation space, that means the function definition has been ended. Here, it may have one statement or number of statements, and all those things is called as the body of the function. Then afterwards, at last, we will write an return value, and this is also written in square bracket. That means it is optional. Here also I have written the square bracket in red color, and whatever has been written there, it is optional. That means if a function is returning a value, then this particular statement you are going to write. Otherwise, this particular statement will not be there. Return, it should be written in lowercase. Then here I have written within angle bracket value, whereas the angle brackets are not required. Just you need to write an variable or an expression which returns the value. Okay, so this is about the syntax of creating a user-defined function. After this, the next statement if you want to write, and that should be what? Outside the function definition. That means that has to start from the position where we have written def, def in the next line. That means after return value, if it is returning a value, otherwise after a set of instruction in the next line, it has to be written in the same position of D, that is of def. That means it should be written outside the indentation space. That means now you are outside the function, and you will understand this one neatly when we write a program based upon user-defined function. In the next video, I will be writing a program of function. That means how you are going to create a user-defined function with example. In a program, I will show you. Now, here, whatever I have explained now in a user-defined function, as I told, whatever has been written in the square brackets are called parameters, and they are optional. It may or may not have a parameters. That means if a function is having a parameter, you need to write the parameter separated by comma. If it is not having a parameters, then you need to write nothing over there. Just you need to write the small open bracket and small close bracket, and there is no any parameters. If it is having a parameter, then each of them has to be separated by comma. Also, I have written an return value. So this is also written in square bracket as I have shown now. That means this is also an optional. That means a function may or may not return a value. If it is returning, then you are going to write that return statement. Otherwise, you are not going to write the return statement. And here, in the function header, I have written a colon at the last. So that means a function header always ends with a colon. That means after that, the function definition starts from the next line. That is, the body of the function starts from the next line. Then the function name should be unique, and this function name should be declared according to the rules of defining an identifier. It means the rules for naming an identifier of a Python programming language has to be followed while writing the function name. For more information regarding identifiers and rules for declaring identifiers, you cross-check with the previous videos in my YouTube channel. Then another one is The statements outside the function indentation are not considered as part of the function. As I told, whatever the statements you are going to write, right? So those should have the same indentation space. If it is having a less indentation space, then that means it is not inside the function definition, it is outside the function definition and it is not considered as the part of the function. And you'll be understanding this particular concept very easily when we write a program based upon user-defined function. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video link with your friends and family members, share the video link in various social networks which you are going to use, gain the knowledge and rule the world. Happy learning.